Not much kumbaya among Republicans. Some of them are fuming after President Trump's deal with Democrats. So will Republicans still stand by the president for tax reform to get the economy up to full speed? Here now is Republican Congressman Andy Biggs from Arizona. He is a member of the House Freedom Caucus. Congressman, first of all, in this bill that the Senate passed, you already have voted against a Harvey bill because, as Congress so often does, they loaded it with stuff that have nothing to do with Hurricane Harvey. I assume you're going to vote against this bill that the Senate just passed, correct?
No, that's correct.
All right. So what then do you think is going to happen with the president's plans to get tax reform in? I mean, he needs every Republican he can get to stand with him on significant tax cuts. Will he get it?
Well, I think he can get the tax reform because that's really the heart of what Republicans are all about. I mean, we want to do the tax reform. I'm with him on the tax reform. We just need some real language that we know what is exactly going to be in there. Then we can fix it a little bit. But let's not fiddle around with some of these machinations. Let's do a straight-up tax reform bill. Yeah. Everyone will know what's in it. Let's get her done.
Well, let's just assume, because we saw what happened yesterday, where the president gave in a little to the Democrats in order to get the space he needs for tax reform. If we get a tax reform plan that is loaded with stuff that the Democrats have, or at least has some of that in it, will you still vote for it? Will you kind of hold your breath, bite your lip, and vote for it anyway?
Well, I just find it unlikely that we're going to see a lot of Democrat issues on this bill, because what we really want is the things that we talked about: a lower corporate rate, a good immediate expensing. We want to see the repatriation rate low. We want to get individual tax rates lower. We want to conflate the brackets. These are the things that all Republicans want.
Well, hold on a second, because we just heard from one very important Republican, Paul Ryan, today, saying that he not only does not want the corporate rate to go down to 15%, where the president wants it, he sees it up around 22 to 25%. Now, that is essentially the effective rate already of our corporate income tax in America. So if it only goes down to 22 or even 25%, would you be against that?
Yeah, we've got to take it down to 15%. You want to stimulate this economy. You want to move to restore America to the top manufacturing, top business place to do business in the world. You got to have a low corporate income tax rate.
But he is your leader. He is the party's leader in the House. Paul Ryan is. And if he just wants to bring it down to 22 or maybe even 25%, what do you do with your leader?
Well, he's our leader, but the reality is there's a vast majority of Republicans, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but I do belong to some conservative organizations, and the vast majority of this conference wants a lower corporate tax rate.
So what do you do if he comes in and says it's going to be 25% or 22%?
Well, I know Speaker Ryan a little bit, and I don't think he gets entrenched like that. I think he's going to work with where his conference wants to go. And
so where do you think it will end up then, the corporate rate? Given that the president and you want 15%, he's willing to go up to 25%. Where will it end up?
I'm hoping near 15%. That's where most people seem to want it.